Yeah.
Greetings. This is It's a Type of News. I'm Dutch Berman. And
I'm the other guy.
yeah. Now, it's
How many times did this cross our desks, sir?
yeah, a lot.
How many times?
A lot of
I'm starting to run out of fingers, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Preserve Marriage has been made into a charity once again.
Once again.
So, we're gonna skip through the whole
Kerfuffle.
bigoted attitude, hate group stuff like that. We're
Technically, it
gonna
could be classified as a hate group.
yeah, we're gonna scooch all over that, and I wanna outline a very interesting point.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this decision was overturned by Minister Walton Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Minister Home Affairs decided to overturn the decision.
Was that even his department?
I mean, it doesn't.
Is it anyone's department?
I don't know, but it's a very scary thing because if we remember, another minister overturned a very similar thing as far as it being a minister's
Out of her jurisdiction?
out of her jurisdiction. She was my Aunt Pat.
Well, the current interim leader for the OBA.
Yes. Overturned Reverend Tree's work permit, did she not?
Mm-hmm. Which is in her legal right to do so.
Now, she was flogged around in the street like a...
But they dragged her to the streets like they dragged through the person they thought was Jesus.
Yeah, and the thing is, with that being said, where do we draw the line now where we have a minister of Home Affairs overturning a decision to make a group opposing somebody's sexuality as a charity,
Hold on.
and then somebody who overturned a decision for someone who didn't fill out the paperwork correctly?
Let me look that up.
Yeah, you looked that up.
No. I'm looking up the definition of hate group.
Oh, well, you can see a lot of things right now. But
The definition, I thought,
are we as a country really concerned about how we allow our government to take place as far as are we going to be representing one side of the community at all times? Because the OBA represented the business elite, and this is the truth. The business elite was represented by the OBA, and the PLP represents the people, i.e. So when we have a government in power that only stands for one side of the community, we're going to end up having a tug of war, and as far as I'm concerned, we all lose because everybody knows that ministers should not be overturning decisions for charities.
But let alone it goes to show that they will be in direct supporting of, they will be in direct opposition of a Supreme Court decision. Now, last time I checked, I don't believe that the government can overturn.
Oh, they overturn.
Well, the Supreme Court decision.
Oh, you're talking about to make it
To make it now,
No. No. They can't overturn the Supreme Court decision.
Oh, I know. But your boy's trying.
But with that being said, if we have this all-out onslaught on same-sex marriage, and we have it being okay for ministers to basically pick this battle against a minority in our community, then we'll know better than who we supposedly voted out. Because that's one of the reasons why they were voted out. They didn't stand for the...
No, they didn't stand for the majority.
Well, when we say majority, we mean those who are slightly less well off. That was the whole point of how the PLP ran the campaign.
No, I understand that, but this is really a PLP problem. This is a problem with the specific minister because
Yeah, it's not a PLP problem, but
I have a problem with it because why does a group like Preserve Marriage need charity status? Like, why do they need that money? Like, why do they need to get hard-earned money? I mean, the last time I checked, there was, an unknown businessman that was funding it. So why does that money need to go there in the first place? Like, charities are done so that people can get help. Charities are done so that, example, like Rally, well, that's how we met. We met through the Charity Rally International, which sends young kids to different countries so they can make a difference in the world, which is great. That's a good charity. Why don't you give them your money? But why does Preserve Marriage need that money? Why can't that money go to, I don't know, maybe trying to stop these young boys from killing each other? Or how about that money can go to, those kids that can't afford school supplies? Or, hey, why doesn't that money go to some research that's actually going to benefit the country why do we need to give our money? No, I'm not giving my money. You didn't get red cent from me. But why do people need to give their money to stop people from getting married?
You know, it was an article in the UK about Bermuda being the first country to legalize same-sex marriage.
And it might be the first to delegalize it.
Yeah, so we're being embarrassed on a global scale.
Oh, yeah.
Because we look like a country of bigots.
And flip-flops.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, what minority takes precedence? Is it a reason that homosexuals in our community can't marry? Is it the word marriage?
It's, well, remember, they're okay with them having civil unions, but they're not allowed to be saying that they're married, because saying that, you know, like, this is my husband and I'm married, I'm a man, or two women refer to each other as wife, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So essentially, with the statement of you saying that, you know, you'd rather give your money to preserve marriage than, you know, Rally International or any other charity that you'd rather give to, it's pretty much like you saying, hey, I care about stopping these lot from getting married than helping out young people.
And not only that,
It's pretty much what you're saying.
Where do we draw the line in the house?
What line?
Where do we
Where
decide?
are there any lines? Are there lines?
But that's what I mean. It's like when the people decided to vote in the PLP government, the PLP government insisted that it would find the fine balance between the business sector and the public sector, i.e. the private sector and the public sector. They also said that they would do their best for bipartisanship, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Which I would hope that they hold their word to, but as far as Mr. Brown's concerned,
but they haven't, have they?
well,
Because
they haven't done much.
the Attorney General has dropped cases for Port Royal on someone that's a colleague. Walton Brown has made a decision that mirrored that of Patricia Gordon Pamplin.
Mm-hmm.
So you voted in the exact same government, seems like, except that one government says we're putting the people first, but
And one government.
it's like,
So-
you're putting the people first as long as you're heterosexual
Mm-hmm.
and black. I mean, if you really
Remember
be
what-
blunt about it.
Remember what Dad Hollis said on the show about making sure that the minorities were taken care of, because in a system where the majority rules over everything, the minority would never get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, then it's not word for word, but isn't that more relevant now than ever? Like, this is a minority group. Now, we don't have a massive gay population. We don't. It's there. It's evident. There, you know, everybody knows at least a few of them. Well, that sounds really bad. They came out of my mouth. But if majority rules, no small group would ever be able to do anything.
And majority is not always right.
Majority is not always right, which is why democracy was based on majority not always being right, because a lot of times in democratic governments would rule in fact of the minority. I mean, I know a lot of people say don't make this correlation, but if majority got what they wanted, you know, black people would still be enslaved.
Yeah.
And wouldn't be able to marry white people. It's essentially the same thing. I mean, a lot of people say, oh, gay is not the new black. I'm not saying that it is, but at the same time, when you have groups like this rising up and pretty much saying that these people can't do what they're doing, even though these people are taxpayers, these people are productive members of society, these people are not trying to hurt anybody, they're not trying to, you know, infringe their rights upon your children, they're not trying to, you know, mess things up with you, they're not trying to do anything to you specifically. They're just trying to live their lives, man.
Yeah, we've said this a lot of times, so I think the main
I'm tired of saying it. I really am.
we have to outline is the fact that when you have a minority group, like you said, nobody is trying to take away your rights to dislike homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
You can dislike homosexuality as much as you like, but at the end of the day, every citizen in this country, as a first world country,
Mm-hmm.
deserves the right to choose how they want to live their life, all right? And at the end of the day, when you have ministers declaring, like, basically that you're going to overturn a right to a minority group, then we have a serious issue within Parliament.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same issue as the OBA deciding not to take a firm stance on same-sex marriage. They just let the Supreme Court handle it. And now, to me, both are in the wrong. because the government needs to stand
Everybody's in the wrong
for
right
the
now.
minority group that can't necessarily stand for itself. I mean, because Preserve Marriage got a lot of donations, so that just shows you that a lot of people, a vast majority of people in this country, support that way of thinking, which is fine. But the government's job is to say, you guys can believe that, but we will stand for every member of this society, i.e., small folks, little folks, big folks, and any folk in between.
And if the question comes up saying, because we always say that if you're doing if whatever you're doing is not hurting yourself or anybody else, there shouldn't be a problem with it. If you don't really want to say that this is hurting people, please let us know in the comments how gay people getting married is specifically hurting you. And that's what I want to see.
Please let me know how Aunt Pat was wrong in her decision to overturn Reverend Tweed's work permit, but Walton Brown is completely right in his decision to overturn the charitable status of Preserve Marriage. That is my main cookie that I want to hear discussed, because honestly, that's the one that really, really, really bugs me.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start a charity myself. I'm gonna go and see if we can get started. You know what I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna start a charity organization. It's gonna be called Put That Damn Bacon Down.
There's no way.
The charity, because Preserve Marriage is making trying to be a charity so that marriage can be sacred and holy and they're ordained by God by the biblical laws. I'm gonna make sure all them biblical laws get enforced to everything, which means no bacon, no shrimp, no pork, but bacon's pork. Either way, no clothes of different cloths. So if you wear that cotton shirt with that so tight, you're going to hell. Okay. What else we're gonna do?
Like that.
Well, just like that, they're gonna go to hell. Mephistopheles is gonna open up the gates and he's gonna drag your ass down there for wearing two things in two different colors. Now, what else we're gonna do? If you don't obey the Sabbath, you can't live here. If you eat bacon or pork or whatever, you can't live here. If you eat shrimp, you can't live here.
I think we got it.
Actually, even further, no beef or chicken, because I don't see any rabbis around here blessing this stuff. Last time I checked, the Bible said that meat better be kosher and drained of all blood before you eat it. Now that Kentucky Fried Chicken got some blood in it, brother. So, allow me to retort.
It's not even real chicken. But anyway, we all got
He
the
said
real
that,
thing.
I mean.
Yeah, we got the real thing. I love you, KSC, sorry.
Well, yeah.
All in all, Mr. Wayne Farbert, we applaud you for having the courage to meet with the...
Greg Marcus?
Yes.
Greg Whitson. I don't know why I told him once about Greg Whitson.
And we hope that is a productive meeting and we look forward to hearing about it. This has been It's a Type of News. I'm Dutch Permit.
And y'all can take that Bible and